Hi everyone, welcome to another edition of Tomer Devorah. I have to start by apologizing. It seems I have cut out a portion of day 23. Yikes! So I'm going to try to just, blast through the rest of 23 and go into 24. And the reason for that is that it's noted chapter 6. So we're going to do chapter 6 and chapter 7. So bear with me. And Bezrat Hashem will get all through it, okay? So today is chapter 6, how a person should accustom himself with the attribute of Devorah. Now, know that any action that arouses the Yetzer Hara actually arouses powerful Devorahs. Therefore, one should not stir up the Yetzer Hara lest Devorah be aroused. The reason for this is as follows. Man was created with two inclinations, the Yetzer Tov and the Yetzer Hara, of which the former is Chesed and the latter is Devorah. However, in the Zohar on Parshas Bereshis 49a explains that the Yetzer Tov was created for the needs of a person himself, whereas the Yetzer Hara was created for the sake of his wife. See how sweet these words are. Tiferes, which contains the quality of Chesed, tends to the right, and all the conduct of is with the right, which is the Yetzer Tov. But the female attribute Malchus tends to the left, and all the conduct is with Devorah. Consequently, it is proper not to arouse the Yetzer Hara for one's own benefit, lest it arouse the supernal man with the attribute of Devorah and destroy the world. Thus, any attribute that a person arouses for his own sake, which tends toward the aspect of Devorah and Yetzer Hara, creates a corresponding flaw in the supernal man. Based on this idea, one should note how disgraceful anger and the like are, for they cause harsh Devorahs to prevail. Indeed, the Yetzer Hara should be bound and tied so that it cannot arouse him to do any physical activity, neither in desiring marital relations, nor in desiring money, nor for anger, nor for honor in any way. However, for the sake of his wife, one should gently arouse his inclination towards sweetening Devorahs, providing her, for example, with clothing and a house. And he should say, by providing my wife with clothes, I am rectifying the Shekhinah. For the Shekhinah is adorned by Bina, which is the aspect of Devorah, since Bina includes all Devorahs. Yet her, meaning Bina, abundant compassion, sweetness, the strictness, and that's in kind of like a little parenthesis there. Therefore, all household rectification are actually rectification of Shekhinah, which is sweetened by the way of the Yetzer Hara. For example, earthly inclinations. That was in fact created solely to fulfill the will of his creator. Therefore, man should not intend to derive from his home any sort of earthly pleasure. Rather, when his wife adorns herself in their fine home in his presence, he should contemplate the rectification of the Shekhinah, which is rectified by way of the beneficial powers of Devorah from the left, whence wealth and honor derive. From this aspect, one should arouse the Yetzer Hara to love her Shekhinah, to love her, meaning the Shekhinah. He should then concentrate on the aroused aspects of the left in order to draw her near, according to the essence referred to in the verse, his left arm is under my head, Shir Hashirim 8:3. For she, meaning the Shekhinah, is connected initially only from the aspect of the left. After this, as the verse continues, and his right arm embraces me, he should concentrate on sweetening all those rectifications of his Yetzer Tov, literally rectifying her, meaning the Shekhinah, and causing her to rejoice by performing the mitzvah for the sake of arousing the supernal union. Thus, he sweetens all Devorahs and rectifies them through the right. This method applies to all types of desires deriving from the Yetzer Hara. They should be used mainly for the needs of the wife that God has chosen for him and his helpmate opposite him. Afterwards, he should redirect all of them to his service of God, binding them to the right. Chapter 7, day 24. No one needs a recap, right? All right, let me know if you do. Chapter 7, how a person should accustom himself with the attribute of Tiferes, which is splendor and truth. Without a doubt, the attributes of Tiferes is embodied in the toil of Torah. However, great caution is needed to avoid becoming haughty through one's Torah learning, so as not to cause great harm. For just as one holds himself aloof, likewise he causes the attribute of Tiferes, which is Torah, to become aloof and withdrawn. Above, has v'shalom. However, everyone who humbles himself in his Torah learning causes Tiferes to descend and lower itself to influence Malchus. And below the sefer, we're going to say that again. And below the sefer of Tiferes, that's a tongue twister, There are 4 sephiros, Netzach, Hod, Yesod, and Malchus. And of these, there are 3 attributes. For Netzach and Hod are considered one attribute. First, one who holds himself aloof above the students causes Tiferes to hold itself aloof. 2, and rise above Netzach and Hod, which are called students of Hashem, meaning the students of Tiferes. Thus, conversely, one who humbles himself in teaching his students with love causes Tiferes also to lower itself to its students and influences them. Therefore, a person should be easygoing towards a student and teach them according to their ability to absorb. In his zechut, Tiferes will influence the students of Hashem according to their aspect or level which is appropriate for them. Second, one holds himself aloof with his Torah knowledge or over the poor and shames him, as in the story told to Eliyahi Hanavi, who appeared before Rabbi Shimon Bar Elazar as an ugly, despicable, loathsome pauper in order to test him in his elation, which his learning, and insulted the pauper. He, meaning Eliyahu, then rebuked him, Rabbi Shimon, for his character defect. For one who holds himself aloof over the poor causes Tiferes to become aloof over Yesod and not influence it. But if a sage holds himself on par with the poor, Tiferes will then influence Yesod. Therefore, a sage should hold the poor in high esteem and draw them closer to him. This way, above in the supernal world, Tiferes will greatly value Yesod and bind itself to it. Third, one who holds himself aloof with his Torah knowledge over the common folk who are the nation of Hashem in general causes Tiferes to hold itself aloof above Malchus and not influence it. Rather, a person should consider himself on par with other people, and all civilized people should be highly esteemed before him, since they are down low, corresponding to the essence of Aretz, referring to the attribute of Malchus, and he calls them donkeys. Has v'shalom. He casts them down to the external evil forces. As a result, he will not merit a son imbued with the light of Torah, as stated in the Gemara, Nedarim 81a. Rather, he should be easygoing with his behavior toward them, according to their manner, just as Tiferes influenced Malchus and directs it according to her impoverished mind, for the minds of a woman are weak. Shabbos 33b. Please no one get offended by that statement. Referring to the attribute of Malchus, which according to the teachings of Kabbalah is characterized as a woman, the receiver. Included in this conduct is not being haughty towards those who are feeble-minded, who are in the category the dust of the earth. For this reason, the earlier generations never held themselves aloof because of their Torah learning, and indicated by the incidents related in the Zohar, Parshas Bereshis, in the intro 7a, regarding Rav Hamnuna, who hid his true identity in order not to benefit from any honor because of his greatness in Torah. And in the incident regarding Rav Haggai, Zohar Slach 158a, who when asked his name simply answered a Jew in order not to reveal his true honorable name. The Tikkunim in Tikkun 26 also tell of a venerable sage who fled when Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai sought to kiss him lest he take pride in his Torah learning. Mamash, thank you everyone for tuning in on that one. But this, for sure, I don't know about you, but I got to check my attitude and ego at the door. It's really, my gosh, the level these people were on, just so amazing, just so much to learn by. We really have to treat everyone with dignity and respect, and thereby really strengthening the supernal man. So I just want to thank everyone again for tuning into another edition of Tomer Devorah. I pray that everyone is growing and getting enlightening, and for at the very least, we're trying at some rate to be nice to someone and to really go out and do our mitzvahs with a lot of kavanah. And so I just want to thank you all again. We are drawing soon to a close for this sefer, and I just want to thank everyone again for tuning in. And Bezrat Hashem will be together again soon.